Found out by accident. That's the part that still feels unreal, like if I'd left the room 30 seconds later, or if my phone had been on silent, I might have stayed ignorant a little longer. I was making coffee when my phone buzzed on the counter. I glanced at it without thinking, expecting something normal. On my way home, can you pick up milk? Something that belonged to us. Instead, the screen lit up with a message that stopped my breath entirely. Last night was a mistake, but I can't stop thinking about you. I miss the way you touched me. For a second, my brain refused to catch up. I reread it, waiting for it to rearrange itself into something harmless. Maybe it was a joke. Maybe it was meant for me and I just didn't recognize myself in it anymore. Then another message came through, frantic this time. Oh my god, that wasn't for you. Please don't read that. That's when the room tilted. I sat down hard at the kitchen table, coffee forgotten, phone heavy in my hand. My heart started pounding so loudly I was sure the neighbors could hear it. I felt stupid for not seeing it sooner, for every late night she said was work. Every time she guarded her phone just a little too carefully. I typed and erased a dozen responses before finally sending. Who was it for? The typing bubbles appeared, disappeared, appeared again. Each pause felt like another small betrayal. When she finally answered, she didn't give me a name. She gave me excuses. She said it just happened, that it didn't mean anything, that she was going to tell me eventually. Eventually. Like there was a good time to break someone's trust. When she got home, she was crying before she even closed the door. She reached for me, but I stepped back. I couldn't let her touch me, not with hands I now imagined on someone else. She talked and talked, words spilling over each other, apologies tangled with justifications. I watched her mouth move and realized how far away I already felt. What hurt the most wasn't just the cheating. It was the realization that I had been living in a version of our relationship that only existed for me. While I was planning weekends and futures, she was sharing pieces of herself with someone else. I wondered how long I'd been smiling at her across the dinner table while carrying a truth I didn't know I was missing. That night, I slept on the couch. I stared at the ceiling until morning, replaying memories like evidence in a trial. Moments that used to feel safe now felt contaminated. Every I love you echoed differently. We talked for days after that long, exhausting conversations that went in circles. She wanted forgiveness. I wanted answers I knew wouldn't help. In the end, I realized something I hadn't expected. Love doesn't survive once trust is gone. At least, not without losing yourself trying to rebuild it. Didn't break up with her in anger. I did it quietly, with a calm that surprised us both. I told her I couldn't unknow what I knew, and I couldn't pretend it wouldn't change me. Sometimes I think about how fragile everything was, how a single misplaced text collapsed a whole life I thought we were building. And I still check my phone sometimes, half expecting another message that changes everything. But now, at least, I know the truth. And as much as it hurt, it was better than loving someone who was already choosing someone else.